All right, hey guys, let's give you a little preview of what is to come. All right, so you're going to be working on checklist items 6 through 8 on Thursday, but feel free to work ahead as well. All right, you're looking for 2 or 3 studies. All right, you're looking for a current event, one per person in your group. All right, organizations, again, 2 or 3. All right, so you can kind of split up the work a little bit, but also make sure you feel comfortable talking about anybody's article, not just the one that you found. All right, so if we take a look at the checklist here, you can kind of see what's coming up. Next week, at the end of next week, next Friday, we will start presenting this information that you've researched. Okay, so we also need to get it into a presentable slideshow. And I'll talk about that in a minute. But you can see driving question, you've got that. That's your topic, but your topic phrased in the form of a question, an essential question that you're trying to eventually answer by the end of the quarter. 2 learning targets, 2 things you want us to get out of your presentation next week. All right, and 2 presentations will be next Friday, and then we'll go Monday, Tuesday. So we'll go through the first half of the following week as well. An attention getter, all right? Why should we pay attention? Why does it matter? What's the big deal related to your topic, all right? Also, you have to have less than 10 words, or 10 words or less, I should say, on a slide, not counting what the title is of the slide. It has to be a presentation. This is not like what your teachers make, so that if a student is absent, they can just give them the slideshow and it's like the student didn't even miss anything. They can just read everything. This is a presentation. People have to be there and paying attention and listening to know what you're trying to get across in the slide. All right, throw some graphics in there, and then you do have to have a properly cited bibliography. All right, APA or MLA, not just the list of the URLs. That'll get you a 1 on the rubric instead of a 4. Okay, you want at least 8 sources. You've got 5 different current events. Chances are those are from different sources. 2 or 3 studies, a bunch of statistics. You should have 10 or 12 sources, like easy. All right. So you're working through 6 through 8 on Thursday, but then start to also maybe work on these if you get done quickly, and at least be thinking about these things if nothing else. All right. So I do have a practice presentation or example presentation. It is, if you go into project information tutorials, it's in the tutorials page. All right, so there's your rubrics and checklists. Here's the tutorials page. All right, as this is loading. So there's going to be a lot of information here, all right, in that first half, but let's see here. There's a couple examples of presentations, but right here, tobacco prevention example. All right, some things are done perfectly, some things are done slightly less than perfectly, just so you can see sort of the difference. The examples of slides here and here, also in the speaker notes, if you turn speaker notes on, you'll see that I actually write in the speaker notes what's wrong with some of the slides, all right, why it's a bad example, okay? So let's get back to that so I can show you, okay? Slide with everybody's name on it. Driving question. Learning targets. Attention getter. Now, this is almost 3 minutes long, so we would not show the entire news, like, I don't know, it's not an article, it's a little news segment, I guess, but we would show part of it enough to get people's attention. All right. Now, why is it relevant to teens? Here you go. We talk a little bit about this announcement from the Minnesota Department of Health. All right. This actually you do not have to do. We turned this into an activity for the class, which was something that was easier done in person than online. So I would say what we would do here is I would actually need to switch up this slide a little bit. But we would have different events, and what we had the class do is match up the event to the year that they thought it took place. All right. If you want to have an activity like that, you could certainly have people that you will have an audience, you will have classmates watching you present through Zoom. And you could have them, I would maybe get it down to 5 or 6 dates, 5 or 6 events, something like that. I would say less than 10, and have them try to, guess or think about in their head which happened what, or they could write it down, something along those lines. But there's some history and background to get to where we are today with tobacco. All right, here we would talk through some statistics. Again, notice you don't know by looking at that screen what in the heck is it, what it's about. All right, and so that's what you want. That's why you get the less than 10 words per slide, and then you talk it out. You explain to us in your presentation what those, what the text on the slides mean. Meaningful graphic that's related to the 3.2 billion that Minnesota spends on medical costs every single year related to tobacco, the impact on health. All right, then we've got current events. We would go through and talk about each of these statistics that relate to our current events, vocab. We would explain what each of these things are. Notice there are no definitions. There should be no definitions on your screen. That's what you're talking about. That's what you're saying. All right. Another activity, you don't need to have that. So more current events, all right, and information, another current event, more current events, all right, raising the age limit to 21 to purchase, got that, contributing factors, all right, so this is going to go to some major concepts. I'll let you go through the rest of this. All right, and you can kind of look through what's there, and I have it all as one slideshow because we just did it as one presentation. Obviously, we're breaking it up into 2 presentations for this quarter. All right, but hopefully that'll give you an idea of what's going on there. Okay, so just so you look at the calendar, worth taking a look at. All right. Thursday, officially starting your personal health goal. Nothing new tomorrow. This is a teacher workshop day. Do some relaxation, color, meditate, sleep in, listen to music, go for a jog, whatever helps you relax. Do some of that tomorrow. But notice we will start presenting next Friday, and our first goal reflection will also be next Friday. So you can kind of see here Monday, we're going to go live, all right, for anybody who wants to. I will also sort of make up a quick tutorial video as well for that. And then you're getting all the information. So theoretically, by Thursday, you should be done with all your research, getting that organized onto a slideshow, fixing the slideshow, practicing, being ready to present. And I think you could even start practicing here. All right, and then bam, we start presenting on Friday, and then we will continue through the next week. We'll see how many presentations we can get through. I've got 2 scheduled for Friday. If they seem to be going much faster than that, we can probably move this up to 3. All right, so just so you get a look at what is coming up. All right, so we'll have a couple of live sessions, live Zoom sessions, that if you want to send one person or a couple people from your group to ask questions and report back to your group, that'll be great. Otherwise, plan going live with your group on Zoom. And you guys can Zoom at night. You can Zoom during the synchronous time. It doesn't matter to me. I just want you to find a time that works for your group. All right. I know some of you are working during the day, and I also know some of you are working in the afternoon. So you got to figure out what works best for you. But plan on going live 2 to maybe 3 times probably next week. All right. And then I will get you next week. I'll let you know who is going to present on Friday and what 2 groups will watch those 2 presentations and be audience members and ready to ask questions at the end of the presentation. Okay. Other than that, have a great weekend. And let me know if you've got questions. All right, like I said, we'll do a live Zoom so you can pop in and ask questions on Monday, and I may try to get something up on Thursday as well. So just look at your Schoology updates to see. Okay, have a good weekend, you guys.